In the summertime, when the weather is fine, you can reach right out and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, we go with me, don't mind. And welcome to the Screen Rock Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been rotting our screens and indeed our minds. Shout out to anyone who might subscribe to this podcast on either Apple, YouTube, or Spotify. Thank you for nice reviews on those platforms because they do help us out, but not as much as the help we get from our Patreons. Yes, people pay for this shit. You wouldn't believe it. They do, and they enjoy doing so. We've got
Stop
three
saying that. It's really good. They pay for it because it's
really
amazing.
But just quickly, I think a lot of people think it's mental to pay for a podcast. I used to. I pay for 3 podcasts now. It's the best money I spend every single month. And if you pay for this podcast, you can give us less than £1 a week, £3.99 a month. You get extra episodes just like this every single week. Over the next couple of weeks, we've got an Ahmed Yaqub revisit. We talk about Phil Bronson Goodwin. It's amazing stuff. You've got to get on there. If you want to pay a little bit more than that, £5.99 a month, you get a free hat on your head and access to 3 group chats. Shout out to Eugene, runs our Twitter account. He's sent by God. Big wink, big kiss. Now then. Those winks and kisses were for the ladies and gays. We're coming up to the end of June. They're knackered. They're tired. They've been doing Pride. They've been to Mighty Hoopla. Their little bits and bobs have been busier than ever, right? They've been putting things in. They've been taking things out.
Okay.
When you slow down, ladies and gays, when you stop being so fucking busy, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to noogie you, and I'm going to kiss you, and there's fuck all you can do about it. And I'm here as always with Jake Farrell.
And that's a Screen Rock promise.
Yes. I'm going to get them all.
That's Burnham's Britain. By the time this comes out,
that's where we are. Right.
Andy Burnham might be the Prime Minister. We won't be able to say Starmer's Britain anymore when something goes wrong.
Burnham's Britain. I mean, it's basically the same, but Manchester.
Yeah, we do things differently around here.
We do things differently around here. We got a restaurant where the staff are rude to you for a laugh. We got smash burgers because we do it differently round here. Yes,
Manchesterism. Yeah, we can't wait. Should we address the new studio?
I guess so, yeah. We've got a new home.
If you're listening rather than watching, you may be able to tell, or you might be able to tell because the sound
sound better. It'll sound better. Yeah.
We're in a new studio. Hopefully, going to be the place we record for the foreseeable. Our period of homelessness has ended.
Yep.
This is our home for the foreseeable future.
We're in the bunker, boy. If you can't see, we've got a Men of Class hat. That's some merch. You can get that via the shop. We've got a Rotter hat, which obviously you get for being a patron. We've got the original Screen Rot scarf, which we had made, I think, maybe like 2 episodes in. We've got a book that says How to Turn Kids Gay by Jacobhawley in rainbow colours. If you want to understand that, you can watch my stand-up special, The King of Holloway Road, on YouTube. And then we've got an England flag. We did have a proper sort of away day England flag that said Lily Phillips away on it, and it had some nice pictures. That's coming. We had to order a new one. That's on its way. At the moment, we're just Patriots.
We're just straight up Patriots.
Patriots.
I mean, this is a big time of change as well because you mentioned Eugene in the intro there. We're in a new studio, and we also sadly have to sack Eugene.
Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah.
Because we are on 9,500 YouTube subscribers. We want to get to 10K. It's not Eugene's responsibility. But I decided unilaterally if we didn't get to 10,000 by the time of the first England group game, he would be sacked. We are on 9,700. He is fired. Unless people want him back, he's gone. He's dead. He's dead meat. It's over.
Let us know if you want to keep the guy who runs our Twitter account.
And if you want to do that, go onto the YouTube account and subscribe. If not, you are taking food out of Eugene's baby's mouth, and that's on you. That's up to you. To be fair. I'm happy with it. I don't mind it.
What's going on in your life?
I'm about to go on holiday.
Yeah, I think you're ready for it. I think having sort of plotted the graph of your mental health over the last few weeks, I think you're ready for it. I think we spoke about this on the main feed episode about you having a car crash with a West Indian bus driver.
Yeah.
That's kind of taken its toll. Work's been busy. I think you're ready to have a little trip away out, aren't you?
Yeah. After the Rasta going too faster. And some
Too fast, too furious. Me too fast, too furious in the bus lane.
Yeah.
Me gonna be furious when you go too fast, too furious in me bus lane and me knock into your car. Yeah.
if you listen to this week's Patreon episode, Jacob gave me the hospital pass of asking me what I thought a common Jamaican name was, and I refused to give him a common Jamaican name. But then I looked them up, and they were exactly what you think they are.
Yeah. Delroy's in the top 4.
Yeah.
What's one of them Fitzrovia?
One of them's Fitzroy. Yeah,
Fitzroy, right, yeah.
I don't know if my drive was called that, but yeah, after the Rasta going too faster and general kind of day job malaise, I think it is time for a holiday. I'm going to France. I'm not going to do very much. I'm always really bad on the first 2 to 3 days of the holiday.
Why?
It takes me some time to get into it.
What, like to relax?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, even then, the state that I'm in after 2 or 3 days, I'm not sure you could conceivably call it relaxed. But yeah, the first 2 or 3 days, don't like being away from home, don't really know where I am, fixated on logistical stuff. Sleep a lot during those 3 days. Maybe this is one of those things where I'm like accidentally describing like a really severe mental illness.
I think you're describing depression. Yeah, I think you're just describing depression. Yeah.
After that, I'm fine. Then the Cronenberg kicks in and it'll be all right. 4 days clean of vaping. Probably on about 12 hours sleep for the week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was slightly perturbed because we were having a conversation with Bodge, who's kindly lent us this studio, about holidays, about going to the south of France before we got into the studio. And you, apropos of nothing, went, I might go to France and all. And I just had this image of you, like Toad of Toad Hall in his car, following me down the motorway to Carcassonne, just your scarf billowing behind you. Do you want to do a Patreon episode? Should we do a special? You want to watch the business?
French people drive well. Have you noticed that? French people.
I've only driven in France once.
They obey the laws of the road really well. They only use the fast lane for overtaking.
Right.
They know what they're fucking doing. Yeah, I like the French and how they drive. I'm not going away this summer.
No?
Well, not really. I'm doing a festival in Lisbon at the end of August. I'm performing, and then I've got a honeymoon, but it's only like 4 nights, whatever. But yeah, because I'm getting married. I'm staying here.
I can't wait for the wedding, man.
I'm doing pure British summer, boy. And it's like, I quite like the little landmarks of summer. We had sports day at my daughter's school the other day.
How did she do?
Huh?
How did she do?
Never mind that. How did I do? Parents' race.
Oh, wow.
Never mind that. I don't think I fucking watched her. I was too busy stretching for the parents' race.
Wow.
Mate.
Okay. What is it, like 100 metres or shorter?
50 metres.
50 metres.
A bit of context that I will say.
You stopped for a vape at 25.
Huh? Mate. I'll tell you how I got on, right? But before we get there, the thing about my daughter's school, and I don't want to dox it, right? We live in North London, and we're kind of on the edge between like a shitty area and quite a posh area.
Sure.
Right? And we, without really thinking about it, we were just, remember when she was like 3 or whatever, people were like, what school are you going to send us to? We were like, I don't know. And then people recommended one, and we were like, all right, I guess we'll go there. We managed to get her in there, but it's in the posher area.
Okay.
Right? So I remember going to the open day with my missus. Bear in mind, my missus is from rural West Island. Yeah. I'm from Hertfordshire. And, I'd never really thought about raising kids in sort of zone 2, just about inner London.
Right.
But I guess you think to yourself, well, they're going to have a more diverse upbringing than I had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, not hard given where we're from. But
Well, right. Not hard given where we're from. My missus had 3 people in her class at school.
Yeah.
Right? Genuinely.
Were any of them people of colour?
What do you fucking think? Right?
Yeah.
So we go for the open day, and because it's in like Tufnell Park in North London,
Sure.
I'm like fucking hell. It's whiter than where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
And not to sort of sound all fucking left wing away, but I was a bit like, I don't know, man. Like I was kind of hoping.
What's the point in putting up with London if you're not going to get the good bits?
Do you know what I mean? I was kind of hoping there might be a bit of diversity.
Yeah.
Until this is the first year that she's been old enough that there's a parents' like running race in the sports race on the sports day, and I'm like, thank fuck this is a white school. I've got a fucking chance, boy.
There's no Rastas going too fasters on this one.
This is it, man. This is it. And also because of where the school is, and the fucking housing prices are insane.
Yeah.
All the parents are like 50.
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah.
I genuinely I won the running race whilst holding my 3-year-old son. I fucking blitzed them. And I'm not fit. I'm not fast.
Down the road closer to Archway, they're breaking the British record.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we'd have gone Finsbury Park rather than Tufnell Park, fuck, I'm watching.
You don't even qualify for the final.
No, literally, fucking load of old white guys. One Kenyan bloke, he's still running now. He thought it was...
He's doing the long distance.
He's made his way to Brighton.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so Blitz Sports Day.
Confidence boost for Big Papa Hawley there.
Yeah, it felt good. And then apart from that, I've just been drinking. This has been the booziest summer I've ever had because of all the Arsenal shit. Now the England stuff. I did a fan park, and I will big them up for the fans events. They just said, "Do you want to come? We'll get you a table." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, sick." But I went to Kentish Town Forum, and I was watching it from a fan park, right? So I don't know, good few hundred people. But I did the fan park thing because I was like, I didn't have World Cup fever. I didn't give a shit about England, right? I tried to watch a couple of games.
Which is unlike you.
No, I know. I think a little bit of exhaustion from all the Arsenal shit. I just wasn't feeling it.
You're not going Scouse, are you?
No, fuck that. Jesus Christ.
You're not going like anywhere but England, are you?
No, I wasn't doing that. But I just wasn't feeling it. So I was like, right, do the fan park. It'll be proper, and that'll make you feel something. And
it's
you'll
like
get
hearing
into
the first Christmas song of Christmas. It gets you up for
right,
it.
Right. And exactly. It's like, right, I'm not feeling Christmassy. Right, North Pole, let's go. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, let's fan park. Brought my proper like scumbag mates, tattoos on their heads mates, and I was like, we're gonna have a good time. We did, but what I will say that I forgot about with the whole because I've never done a fan park experience before, the throwing of beers.
Right.
I hate it.
It's become like a thing now that people performatively do, isn't it?
They want to get on the front page of like the Daily Mirror. Do you know what I mean? Or like BBC News. And
yes.
they did have like BBC News were at my fan park.
Right.
They'd be like, "Are you excited? How do you feel about it?"
Yeah.
Fuck off. But oh my, like, and this is how bad the whole. I think the throwing the beer in the air thing is the most embarrassing thing that England fans do. And the level of mates that I brought with me to this fan park experience, right, and how they reacted to the beer.
Sorry, are you calling it a fan park experience on purpose to annoy me?
No, I'm not.
It's the most insane.
Sounds like a red letter day, doesn't it? Basically, here's how bad these friends of mine are.
Right.
We were having the conversation about, and this is a sort of bit of lore from this podcast, about fucking 50 episodes ago, maybe a year ago now. We were talking about Ashton Hall, the guy in America who always posts his morning routine.
Yes.
And I spoke on there about wanking myself awake.
You
about
did.
how my morning routine, and this is only if my missus and my kids are away, if I'm on my own, if I'm in a hotel because I'm doing a gig away, blah, blah, and I've got no reason to get up in the morning.
Yes.
What I'll do is...
Give yourself a reason.
Give yourself a reason to get out of bed, right? You're laying there, you're like, I don't need to be anywhere till 1. Why would I get out of bed?
Yeah.
Make a little spunk bath in your belly button.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
right.
I mean, by the same principle, you could shit yourself, but wanking's more fun. Yeah.
Wanking's more fun, come on. I mean,
Sure.
and I'm not saying I've never done the thing you've suggested, but yeah, like spray yourself and then it's like, I need a shower. I was talking like...
I really hope they're not listening to this outside of the studio.
Here's how bad these lads are who are with me.
Right.
They were like, basically, someone's like, "Oh, you Jacobhawley screenwriter, wank yourself awake." And my mates were like, "What's that?" Because they don't listen.
No,
I explained it, and I was like, because I've had people say that's quite relatable. I've had people be like, "Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've wanked myself
You're
awake."
the Michael McIntyre of wanking people awake, yeah.
I said to my mates, I was like, when you wank yourself awake.
Sure.
They were like, honestly, I've tried it. It still don't get me out of bed.
What do you mean?
And in the same way that I've had people go, I know exactly what you mean, yeah, and then shower, right? My mates, here's how scum they are. They were like, but when you do it, and then two of them looked at each other and went, "Wipe it on the duvet."
I think I'm going to be sick.
Do you know what one of them said? Do you know what one of them said he'd done before?
What?
He said he'd done it, right, as a kind of, come on, I need to get out of bed, right, sprayed himself,
Yeah.
and then was like, I need to get out of bed. He was then so lazy, he was like, I don't want to, I just want to lay in bed, I need to wipe on something. Looked around, didn't want to do it on the duvet, didn't have any tissues. He genuinely, the dog was in the room.
No, please no. Please don't.
He wiped it on.
No, I can't have that. That's one of the most horrendous things I've ever heard.
Right.
And it's also just like, I think in that environment, it's like, I would want to know after that, is it definitely your pints that are being chucked in the air here as well? Do you know what I mean? Like these,
What do you mean?
like if these lads are up for doing all sorts of things, I'm checking. Does that smell like Cronenberg as it's falling down on me?
These guys are scum, right? These guys wank on their dogs, right? They're scum, yeah, right? They've got sticky dogs. even they,
this is going to end up on Facebook and they're going to end up getting put to death. You know about this.
What do you mean?
People on Facebook care about their dogs. If someone clips this and says, this cunt's mate wipes his spunk on his dog.
I'm not promoting it. I'm not saying you should do it.
What are we saying?
I'm saying these people are such scum that they do that to dogs, right? Even they, when people started throwing pints in the air... This is 100% true. One of them got carried away and did it.
Right.
And then we were like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And then he had 5 minutes of just looking at the table and then he took himself home.
Was it Rome?
He took himself home. He was so embarrassed with himself. He was so embarrassed that he'd done it. Genuinely.
Oh, my God.
Not even.
Half time?
70th minute.
Oh my God.
He took himself home. He's like, I'm going to go. I'm really sorry. I've disgraced myself. I'm going to go.
That's so funny. Yeah. I wouldn't want the guys that wank on their dogs to think ill of me. Oh my God, that's so funny. So just to clarify, not to get too football cliches about it, I think there's a threshold on pint throwing. I think it's got to be the quarterfinals minimum. And I think it's got to be a goal that is like the winner.
The winner or an equaliser.
Like a last-minute equaliser,
It has to be hugely significant.
I think a penalty against
a
Croatia.
A retaken penalty.
Oh, no, he didn't score. People didn't blow their load, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
That's so good.
A retaken penalty.
That's not a beer-throwing moment.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, come on. No, embarrassing. Anyway, we need to get on topic. Ladies and gentlemen, this week, how do we tee up this guy? I think, basically, we've had a thing over the last few weeks where we keep covering people... And then the most interesting thing about them happens a week after the episode comes out.
The Screen Rot curse.
The Screen Rot curse. There is no bigger guarantee
this is
going to be the Screen Rot curse because this guy. I mean, should we like? I mean, people know who we're talking about. I don't know why we do this every single time. Basically, this guy's just come out as religious.
Yes.
Which means. Bad stuff becoming.
Well, yeah, that's one possible solution. So if you're, I mean, we might have already put a topper on this that explains.
Guys, we thought it'd be a laugh to talk about Joe Weller. We didn't know he was going to come out as a paedophile. We're so sorry. Look, if we've at any point endorsed anything he does,
yeah,
after talking about how our friends wank on dogs,
yeah, if our views on Joe Weller are the things that are putting you off listening to this podcast at this point, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so this person is as we like to do when a social media character is going through an arc. We like to try and explain them, try and look at their story and look at their history. This might have another chapter to go, and we might have to return back to the well. But for now, we are trying to examine the career of old school YouTuber, fragile big lad. It's Joe Weller.
Jake, you're going on holiday soon. Answer me 2 questions. Will you be using sunscreen and have you used travel insurance for your holiday?
Factor 50 and fully comprehensive, okay. Yes.
I think both of those things are gay, but here's where I'm happy to use protection when I'm online, baby. I've been using Surfshark VPN. We've been talking to you about this for a little while now. Surfshark VPN does 2 things which I really like. First of all, they've got a feature on there called Clean Web.
Clean Web?
Yep. It stops like malicious websites like doing stuff. It stops you getting tracked. It stops, like annoying pop-ups coming.
Annoying.
Also, the whole point of a VPN, it's basically like a little secure tunnel that means no one can see what you're doing. If you want to look at some censored content, no one knows you're doing it. No one knows where you're logging on from. It makes me feel safe when I'm online.
And the other thing is, I'm away for a bit of the World Cup, and I need to be seeing the tactical analysis at half time. And I can't do that because I don't speak French. And also, the French people will just be talking about having affairs and their favourite type of cheese. I need to hear about Declan Rice's positioning.
You need Mika Richards, you need Alan Shearer. Come on, Gary. Yeah, baby. That's my Mika Richards impression. Look, the other thing is price discrimination. I know we talk about these VPNs quite a lot. You might be like, oh, just another advert. I don't know whether you used it when booking your holiday.
I didn't use it on my flights for my holiday, and I should have done because I got price discriminated against.
Okay, I genuinely tried doing it on a normal browser. Remember that I had Surfshark. Did it using Surfshark. I saved £250 on my honeymoon. It pays for the VPN itself. Go to surfshark.com/screenrot, and do you know what you'll get? 4 extra months.
4 extra months.
4 extra months. Or at checkout, just enter ScreenRot. Surfshark VPN.
Surfshark VPN. Protect your online privacy. Oi, get on this.
Here we go.
Joe Weller is almost a textbook template of a YouTuber's career. He's like the Forrest Gump of YouTube. He's been there at all of the big moments. He's spanned the various eras and types and things that the YouTuber has to do. He started at a moment where it still wasn't even quite a thing to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
He was the first generation that proved this could be a career. Like, before him, not many people, as they say now is common, not many primary school kids were saying, I want to be a YouTuber. He was the template for how to do that.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating, and it makes me feel very old that we're now getting to the stage where he's in the kind of, I mean, he's only about 30, so he's not like at the end of his career or whatever, but he's kind of reaching like the last stages of that. Do you know what I mean? KSI has left the Sidemen, whatever that means. Joe Weller's gone Christian. Like, imagine telling the 14-year-olds of yesteryear, this is where your idols are going to end up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a fascinating part of internet history to be observing.
Yeah. So when did he start?
So he's been going about 12 years, from when he was 18 to when he's about 30, 31 now.
So 2014.
So 2014
I guess that
time.
was when it all sort of started.
Yeah, I think there'd been some stuff before that had kind of been official careers and stuff, but this was the beginning of it. He was one of the people that was like created this new version of celebrity, I suppose.
This lad we're talking about, if you're listening rather than watching, I recommend you look at an image of him. You might have seen it on the thumbnail anyway. I do recommend you look at an image of him, because what I find interesting, and as you say, it's a common thing now that when we were growing up, you'd say a young kid at a school, you know, a little boy, what do you want to be? Footballer. A little girl, what do you want to be? Pop star. Right? Now, apparently, if you ask kids at like, I don't know, 10 years old or whatever, they're all, I want to be a YouTuber.
I want to be Bonnie Blue.
She's pregnant.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she actually is.
Actually?
Yeah, she actually is pregnant.
Wow.
And she's still doing the stuff.
Wow.
Like I saw one the other day. and what they keep doing now, they keep putting her next to like, you know, sort of like middle-aged women kind of news anchors.
All right.
And she's like, yeah, rather than a baby shower, I'm gonna have a golden shower. And the woman's like it's like this like middle-aged ITV could be like, please no, please. She's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna go in the street and let loads of guys piss on me. And I can piss on the bump. I don't really care. And the woman's like, but why? Please, why? No, please. Do not think. She's like, not for me. No, I just think that for me that's just what I want to do. I just want people to piss on me. And it's like it's quite funny that I've always been like, she's a genius marketer,
right.
Bonnie Blue. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely stunning. She puts loads of work into her body. She like does nice. I think her hair is like, I prefer that than a full fringe. I really like it. I think she looks really good.
You've never been afraid to say that either.
No. I think she's gorgeous.
Right.
And that's my feminism, is that I'm actually, you know, for all the kind of like what's an anti-feminist? What's that called?
Misogynist.
The misogynists who are like, she's disgusting. I'm like, okay, she's clearly not. She's gorgeous. This is my line in the sand with Bonnie Blue. Like,
yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry. And maybe it's because I've got kids. I don't know. I can't. You can't let people piss on your baby's bum.
Yeah, I think
on
like,
your baby bum.
If this is the thing that gets me like called out for not being sex positive enough,
yeah.
I'll live
if
with
I'm
that.
If I'm kink shaming, okay. Maybe if that means I'm a Charlie Kirk fan or whatever, fine. I can't have piss on a baby bump. I'm sorry. That's
call
the
me old-fashioned.
That's the lie. And by the way, my mates come on dogs, but I can't have piss on a baby bump. That's my fucking line, man. You can't have that. Or like the whole thing with Bonnie Blue. We will talk about this kind of in a minute. The whole thing with Bonnie Blue is it's like she says extreme things and she does it on any platform. She doesn't care. It doesn't need to be a podcast about sex. She'll go on the fucking news. She'll go on Question Time. Yeah. I honestly think we're about 3 years from her being on Question Time doing Stop the Boat stuff. Like she'll do anything.
She's going to be Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Yeah, maybe. But because her marketing theory is there are pervs everywhere. It doesn't matter what you say or where you say it, it will turn someone on and someone will find the pussy in bio.
Yeah. There's prospective customers in every audience. Whether that's Newsnight.
Yep.
Or like that Myron Gaines podcast.
Or Politics Joe.
Yeah.
Or Jack, mate.
It's really
whatever.
the same as podcasting. to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
fair.
yeah, 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 yeah.
There's
yeah.
prospective pervert Patreons everywhere.
That's
We'll go
it,
on
man.
Rufus Rice.
That's it, man. We'll do Rufus Rife. I'll do Talk Sport. I did a sport Bible thing with that fucking expressions guy the other day on a hangover, by the way.
Yeah.
Imagine dealing with him on a fucking hell.
Yeah.
I tried to run away from him at one point. He found me in the toilet.
Pissed on your bump.
We are the most disgusting form of mankind there's ever been. As I say, my mates come on dogs. Like we're throwing pints at retaken penalties. The nation has never been so disgusting and perverted. I honestly don't think anyone is clicking on pussy in bio because she's willing to let people piss on her bump. I think, like, I didn't think it was possible, but I think Bonnie Blue has jumped the shark.
Yeah, this is the moment where it's like, oh, actually, no.
There has to be a line. There has to be a line. And golden shower instead of a baby shower. That has to be the line.
I mean, I think that is a fantastic line from her, as in like a piece of marketing.
Kind of funny, yeah.
Kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
But I do think that it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm running for the hills on this one.
Credit to Lily Phillips.
And her weird Australian boyfriend.
My angel. Nothing but respect for my OF angel, because she would never let anyone piss on her bump.
Yeah.
Or come on her dog.
Or come on her dog. Either one's fine. Yeah.
Anyway, Joe Weller. Sorry, Joe Weller.
Joe Weller. We were talking about looking at an image of him.
So, yeah, I was trying to say, because what I think is fascinating about Joe Weller is essentially, and this has been a thing in British culture for getting on for 100 years now.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Robbie Williams film?
The one where it's a CGI monkey?
It's a monkey.
I've not, no. But bizarrely, my mum and dad loved. Not bizarrely, I've heard it's a good film, but like my mum and dad don't go to the cinema very often. But like they went out their way to go and see that, and they were like, "It's fantastic."
Yeah, it is funny what gets the kind of Britain's Got Talent generation into cinemas, isn't it?
It's either like a really depressing story about like, if it has Ireland in it, that will make my dad go. I think he's seen more like kind of like period dramas about abortion or adoption in Ireland than he has like normal films. Robbie Williams is the other one. They were the Nebworth Robbie Williams generation.
So, yeah,
they went to those live.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like those are the two main drivers of.
But this is the thing. Like Robbie Williams as a kid. Basically, this is the greatest like reflection of the generations of what we're talking about. Of like Robbie Williams was like a sort of good-looking show-off kid.
Yes.
Right. I don't think that's nonsense to say. He was a good-looking show-off kid.
Yes.
Yeah. And what happens with the good-looking show-off kids in the 90s is they become Boy bands.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like Joe Weller, you will never see anyone who looks more boy band than this Joe Weller kid.
He looks like the default, like kind of what's the word, Gen Z, slightly younger than us, like. Good-looking normal guy.
Yeah, but
big quiff, big traps,
a bit blondie,
a
bit baby face.
Yes,
this is in terms of the sort of boy band lineup. Yeah, you got doesn't really matter what kind of ethnic they are, but some kind of ethnic kid who can rap. Yeah, stands at the back.
Definitely.
And it doesn't really matter, Asian, black, mixed race, whatever.
Yeah.
Can rap, and he'll do a rap at some point. Sometimes they'll just go with one who's got dark hair, but he would. You'd never, ever, ever have the blonde guy rapping, would you?
No, definitely. And
never.
They would euphemistically refer to him as appealing to an urban market.
But, yeah, and he'd have a Z at the end of his name, even if his name's Martin. They'll somehow get a Z in there, right?
Your name's Duquesne.
Yeah, right. There'd be a kind of like sort of slightly stronger, steelier looking one who'd sort of be the front of the band. He'd sort of be like look like he could sort of put the band on his shoulders if he had to.
Yes.
Yeah. And then there was always, and this is where Joe Weller comes in, the twink who can harmonise.
Yes.
Joe Weller would have been the twink.
And you say that as a twink who can
harmonise. I say that as a twink who can harmonise.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And I don't think in Joe Weller's case, but in most of the boy band cases, always an obviously closeted homosexual.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, exactly.
Particularly in the early days of pop stars and stuff, or Westlife or whatever, pretending that they're married or whatever, but a closeted homosexual.
And it was kind of hinted at.
Yes.
It was kind of hinted at.
Then there's, and then the last one I suppose to round out the lineup is the fat one who writes all the songs.
Yeah.
Gaz Barlow.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think when you look at Joe Weller's kind of YouTube-y career, he's like the H from Steps of the YouTube world.
Right.
He's the twink who can harmonise. He never quite urban enough. Never quite steely enough. So I guess what we're kind of coming to in terms of our conclusion of Joe Weller is he did all the YouTube stuff, but it felt like none of it ever quite flew.
Yes.
Like it did for the others. Is that fair to say?
I think that's about right. And I mean, I see it's all relative, I suppose, because he's got like 5 million subscribers. He's made a career out of it. But
He's
like
minted, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're sat here in a fucking bunker.
we're talking about coming on dogs, right? So would far be it from us to have a pop at Joe Weller. But I guess what we're saying is that...
think it's disgusting that she's got piss on her bum. Yeah.
But what I guess we're saying is that he was there with a collection of people who are now kind of like Forbes' richest men. Do you know what I mean? Like the KSIs of the world. KSI is on a Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, billionaire kind of get invited to speak at Davos for some reason. Men's mental health advocate. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Joe Weller is still a creature of the internet, really. He's not a mainstream celebrity.
And it feels like he might have kind of fallen through the cracks.
Yes.
And I guess the question we're asking is, why?
Yeah, and I'm not saying, and it's not even that we're saying that's better or worse. I'd prefer to be a creature of the internet than be sat on Britain's Got Talent like KSI, to be fair.
Ask me to go for a beer with any of them, I'm picking Weller.
Oh, for sure.
I'm picking Weller every day of the fucking week. KSI is a psychopath.
Yeah, for sure.
KSI is fucking mental. I want nothing to do with him.
I much more relate to the fragile men's mental health guy that hasn't quite made it.
The beta. No, this is the beta. But I think it is very interesting that Joe Weller kind of started pre-Andrew Tate. Right? Now, I'm not saying that KSI is Tate adjacent. I suspect he's probably like had to sort of signal himself as being anti that, right? But I do think like something's happened with masculinity over the last 5 years or so, where it's kind of gone back to what it was. And I will say now, as a kind of, I think we've got a crisis of twinks.
Sure.
I think we have a crisis of twinks in the UK.
And how is Keir Starmer to blame for that?
Well, there's no space for them. We don't know what to do with them.
We don't know what to do with the twinks.
We don't know where to put the twinks. They're not gay. They look gay, and I understand that. But I don't know what to do with them. I honestly, I don't think there is as sort of comfy...
Which way the metrosexual man?
I don't think current society or internet culture really knows what to do with a twink.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that where you really see that crisis, and as we say, we're kind of recording this on what we think might be the eve of a cancellation for Weller because he's gone religious, and we're going to get to that in a minute, right?
Yeah.
But it feels like something might be about to come out. And we
really hope not.
Yeah, we're not trying to like cynically ride the wave.
No.
If anything, we're terrified that he's like a paedophile or a rapist, and we're gonna have to take this down.
And it's quite. But I mean, we'll talk about that when we get to it, and how some other people have somewhat poisoned the well when it comes to religious conversion in relation to public life.
But what you're seeing with a lot of the twinks at the moment is they're going right wing.
Yes.
Because they can't find a space for themselves in sort of mainstream media. They're like, I guess I would say, if you were to look at the kind of like GB News and that kind of space, twinks are so overrepresented.
Can we just clarify the terminology of twinks? Because
sure.
I take it to mean, is it someone that is a gay person? No.
Well, yes.
Right.
So okay, twink is kind of like
effeminate, or like pretty.
Okay, so you've got your fucking spectrum of gays, yeah, and you've got bears.
Really good that it's the two of us that are doing this.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the office we're in, I know some gays here. There is, I mean, to be fair, and like Liam listens, right? There's a guy in this office called Liam. He's a patron of ours. He would tell you, Liam, he's a bear.
Okay,
right.
You
might be able to see him. I might ask him to come in.
I'm not sure on the first time that we record here, we can burst out of the studio halfway through.
Do you mind if I just drag the gay guy?
Go, where's the gay guy? We're doing the spectrum of gays.
No, but I only say it because I've known Liam for years, and like visually, like Liam's really tall.
He's a lumberjack.
Big guy, big beard.
Yes.
I think he goes to Bear Week in Sitges. He's a bear.
Sure.
Right? The opposite end of the gay spectrum is, and I used to be, but I'm not really anymore, but it's kind of clean shaven, more effeminate looking.
Prettier.
Yeah, there's your twinks, right?
Okay.
And I think now...
let's use that as a simple continuum. Bear to twink continuum.
Bear to twink continuum, yeah.
Okay.
But now what I think is fair to do is just apply it to all blokes, basically. Your bears and your twinks.
Yeah.
Because we all exist somewhere
We all exist somewhere on the bear to twink.
You would be an otter.
What does that mean?
So you're slightly hairier than the usual twink, and
Right.
you're a little bit more gruff. So you'd be an otter. I've had people say I might be an otter. I don't like to remain a twink, but I know I'm about a stone overweight for that.
Yeah, right.
But so well as a twink.
Okay.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is the twinks are really overrepresented in kind of like, you know,
Sassy right-wing circles.
sassy right-wing circles. Exactly that. I mean,
Three-piece suits. Stop the boats.
Have you seen Young Bob?
Yeah.
I mean, we're recording this in a week
That
where
might be the sassiest twink I've ever seen.
that's a sassy twink, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying loads of racist stuff.
He's racist, yeah. He's racist, yeah. I mean, for people who don't know, Young Bob is a 17-year-old YouTuber who has been trying to do the Charlie Kirk thing of
Debate me.
turning up in town centres with a little table
Yeah.
and a camera
Yeah.
and a sign that will say "Debate me." And I think the sign will often say like, "I think we should deport them all. Debate me." Would you believe someone's punched him?
Yeah.
and he's now like,
Look at how I'm being censored by this man's fist.
yeah.
All I did was the simple crime of having a big piece of paper on my table that says, I think black people's skulls are smaller than white people's. Change my mind. Like, it's absolutely crackers. Like, the journey that you have to go on to get there at 37, let alone 17.
17 is crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And when you are I mean, he is one of the smoothest twink. He's a smooth criminal, this guy.
Yeah.
He's a smooth old twink, this guy. It's like, what's the story there, man? How do you end up in Northampton Town Centre getting your fucking face clarted off by a guy who doesn't...
But I think it's because with the sort of crisis of masculinity and the fact that it's kind of gone back the other way now of you do have to be hench and you do have to make a lot of money and you do have to be somewhat regressive in some of your views. I think if you're looking in the mirror and going, that ain't me, baby, I'm a fucking twink, I think you're like, well, the only way that the alphas are going to accept me is if I'm racist. That's the only alpha thing I can have.
If I do up my tie and sing the national anthem.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, should we watch some early Weller?
Yeah, let's see on the journey.
Because credit to Weller, he never did that.
No.
He never, ever did that.
There's always been an openness and a fragility, or a vulnerability rather, to his content. And I mean, let's start here. And like, before we do this, we're using this for illustrative purposes to show you the journey that he's been on. Like, this isn't the best content. He's dressed up as Cristiano Ronaldo and he's kind of trying, like, jokingly, in a candid camera way, kind of chatting up girls in a very like calm, easy way.
You forget that actually a lot of early YouTube stuff was hidden camera stuff, wasn't it? It was hidden camera interacting with the audience.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
We did an episode about Jack Jones TV a while ago.
Pranks.
And it was pranks. Yeah, it was a lot of pranks. But whereas now, I think we're all so desensitized to cameras that A, you don't have to hide the camera.
No, that's true.
And B, every interaction you have with anyone, you're half suspicious that they might be filming you for a skit.
Exactly, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like, again, like, this was this. I think your point in relation to masculinity is a good one. Is like, this feels very dated now, but sadly in the wrong way. In like I wish that YouTube was this silly or just like dumb now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now this guy would be sat in Northampton Town Centre with skull calipers.
Maybe, or forex trading.
Yeah, right.
Or I mean, like the kind of modern equivalent of this, and we'll watch this now. But like, he's in a costume.
Yes.
He's doing an accent.
Yeah.
He's basically, he looks like a member of the National Youth Theatre.
Exactly.
Who likes kick-ups. And so he's doing this instead of Aladdin.
This is an ADHD boy that got bought a camera by his uncle for Christmas and needs an outlet for his time.
Yeah.
He's not good at history. He's not writing essays.
Right.
He's the anti-Jake Farrell.
But 10 years later, that kid is Ed Matthews.
Exactly. Walking
Walking up to girls in Benidorm being like, can I smell your arsehole?
Exactly, yeah. And not dressed up as Cristiano Ronaldo.
No.
That would at least sweeten the pill a little bit.
In a vest, on peptides and steroids,
Yeah.
going up to women on on the Magaluf strip, going, "Would you mind if I sniffed your arsehole, please?"
Absolutely roided out of his nut. Not
Yeah.
on the vaccine, because he won't put that in his body because that's disgusting and it will turn you gay. But absolutely out of his mind on peptides that he bought on eBay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to this. And like, look, it's not the best content. Far be it from me to, if I had content that I'd made 12 years ago, I wouldn't want it on here either.
No.
I don't want some of my stand-up that I did 12 minutes ago on here. So I'm not like slagging him off for this, but this is the kind of thing he was doing.
Hola guys, my name is Cristiano Ronaldo.
He doesn't even really look like him.
He looks nothing like this.
Hola,
He's chatting
my
up
name
girls.
is Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you like Messi? No, okay. Well, me neither. You know, I like to do it in a comfortable bed nice room as well, and yeah.
So you do it, just fuck off.
Just wondering, you know, me and you, we could go get a sandwich, maybe. You like very good sandwich.
No, go away.
Fair play.
Fuck off.
Now, that was the YouTube vibe at that time. It's silly bits of background music. It's silly prank stuff. It's football adjacent because let's have it right. The market for this is 12-year-old boys who play FIFA, and it is being told to fuck off by a girl that works in marketing who sat on a bench.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe. It's annoying, but it's not overtly dangerous, I wouldn't say.
It's not evil.
No, it's the ramblings of a young man with too much time on his hands and not enough Ritalin.
Yes.
And that's where he started. And like, that's the important thing to hold in mind as we trace this journey through, is that there was at least some gesture towards creativity or trying to make something there. I'm struck
There's
now.
a costume budget.
Do you know what I mean? Like they don't bother with that now.
No.
They buy themselves a 3-piece suit and a table and they sit in Northampton Town Centre. Like that's what the kids are doing.
Yeah,
like,
or try and rid someone. But
Yeah.
but in a much more kind of like kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Like this is, I guess this is my point about masculinity. Nowadays it feels very whereas back then it was do you know what I mean? This is twink stuff.
This is twink stuff.
It's National Youth Theatre stuff. He's doing a little bit of acting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's pretending.
He's pretending to be someone that he's not. And I suppose there's also like the thing now where technology then, 12 years ago, was kind of like so substantially different that it's like now everything is live. There's no need to do a video, edit it, record it.
Streaming now.
He'd just
wouldn't
be
he?
streaming now. He'd be walking around that park doing that skit live as well, which I think also prizes or kind of gives rise to more extreme forms of stuff, because like her being like, oh, fuck off. That doesn't really, you're not staying on the live stream for that. Like he would need to be doing something more mental, more clavicular-esque to keep people engaged in this day and age.
I guess people might be sort of saying, well, Jim Skin. But it's like Jim Skin almost pops because he's the only one not doing that.
Jim Skin's the exception that proves the rule.
Yeah, but even Jim Skin, there's something a lot more kind of overtly masculine. I mean, like, he's fucking massive, Jim Skin.
He's massive.
He's called Jim Skin.
Yeah, the
do
clue's in the name,
you know what I
brother.
mean? Like, I do just think that's kind of interesting, the really heavy masculinity of like modern day streamers, YouTubers, all that sort of stuff. It's like, and again, like back there, I mean, how old would he have been there? Do you know how old he is now, Joe Weller?
I think he's like 30, 31 now, and I think he was like 18 there.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
And it, like, you know, fucking fair play to it. I mean, one thing we probably should say, as you can see there, he likes dressing up as footballers.
Yes.
Should we watch his World Cup song where he also dresses up as footballers?
and like I suppose the first 3 videos, and then we'll come to internet melts after this. But here's his World Cup song, right? And in this is like another part of the early YouTube story is none of them knew what to do, so they just did everything.
Yeah.
There was like skits like that. There was get your mates down the AstroTurf and we'll do heads and volleys and we'll do a bit of that. There is
video games, I'd imagine.
Video gaming, yeah, FIFA unboxings or whatever. And then there's we've got to monetize this somehow. Let's make a song. So he made a World Cup song, and we're going to play a bit of it now. But what I want to do is just again, it's a reminder of a different time, because here he is. I think he's on Copacabana Beach, because this was for the 2014 World Cup. And notice one of his costumes in this goes maybe a bit too far.
Ronaldo again there. Oh.
Now, if you're listening rather than watching, he's been dressed up as numerous footballers there. Now, there's no easy way of saying this. He's blacked up as Mario Balotelli. Now, on top of that, I actually hadn't noticed this until just now. In the Mario Balotelli costume, he's actually got some prosthetics while he's blacked up. And he has a quite particular nose and lip thing going on there as well.
Oh my God.
Which is really taking things to the next level.
Also, I mean, not to be like doing like expert analysis on. I don't think Balotelli
I mean, irrelevant.
I don't think that looks anything like
it. Doesn't. Oh, I know what you mean. But it's really something. And like, bearing in mind, I think we can all be a bit tempted sometimes to be like, oh, it was a different time. Like, I went to uni in 2009. That was my first year at uni, and me and my mates had a fight with some people who blacked up as Barack Obama on our first week when we were there. And look, we weren't particularly, I wouldn't say woke or kind of understood. We didn't come from particularly diverse parts of the world, didn't really even understand institutionalized racism that well. Even we knew in 2009, blacking up.
Do you know what?
It's done.
I don't think I knew that
Right.
it was that bad. I'm not saying this isn't my beginning of like, and this is the day that I dressed up as fucking, I don't know, Henri or whatever.
Right.
But I don't think I knew. I'm going to say now, I don't think this was him being, I don't know, am I going to sit here and excuse blackface?
Jacobhawley in favour of wiping your dick on dogs and blackface.
No, I suspect this is naivety, right?
I hope so.
I'm not saying it's all right.
No,
I'm just saying that the fact that he fucking flew to Brazil to do it on the beach.
Yeah.
And at the time, he wasn't an edgelord.
No.
This isn't. I mean, this was around the time of that fucking idiot who got his pug to do a Nazi salute. Do you remember that?
No, you're right. I mean, now if he did this, you'd be like, he's doing this on purpose. It's rage bait. He wants the right wing to subscribe to his Patreon. But like, that's also a marker of how much the world has changed. It's like, oh no, he's just an idiot. Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there isn't a reform angle behind it.
Who like this would be like Andrew Lawrence now. Do you know what I mean? The sort of like the comedian who looks like you with the saddest, deadest eyes in the world. You can imagine him being like, all right, guys, I'm Mario Balotelli.
Yeah.
Italy didn't qualify for the World Cup, so I'm just at home.
Does this shock you, me blacked up as Mario? Yeah, it does. Fuck off, you loser. That's not, I don't think, quite where Joe's at in this. But like, this is the thing. It was everything all of the time, as it often was for the YouTubers. And we should acknowledge that the other thing that he kind of became particularly famous for was a thing called internet melts. Now, I think he describes what internet melts is at the start of this clip. And we really, I mean, credit where credit's due.
So, hello. It is finally here. Internet Melts, episode 4. The series where I take some things I find on the internet and we have a little talk about.
The series where he finds some things on the internet and has a little talk about them. Does that sound familiar to you at all, brother?
Well, yeah. I mean, he thought of Screen Rock before we did.
Now let's have a look. It's not quite the same, but this will give you a sense of it.
Trust these hoes, so I suck myself.
So it's more just like kind of sicko tweets.
This is normal. Editing a picture of yourself in a public toilet, sucking yourself off.
Just sort of making faces now.
Guess what? What? Teapot? Aha. That has made my night. Teapot.
I mean, yeah, it's
You
really
reckon?
bad.
It's
Really,
bad.
he's just reading out shit tweets, and he hasn't really got any punchlines about them. He's just saying them and then making
Saying
faces.
the tweets.
At least we've got some
But that feels as old to me watching that as like watching the Beatles on the Ed Sullivan Show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so of its time, that thing. Him doing the voices, the little like that was like such a specific and like at that moment, YouTube and being a YouTuber and this kind of content felt so modern and new that it felt like it would never date. Do you know what I mean? It would always be innovative or it would always be cutting edge. And it's kind of scary how quickly it can become something like entirely shit and dated.
Yeah, It's funny, isn't it? Like which bits are the most kind of like fuck me, I can't believe this is popular out of all this stuff. Because it's like, as I say, he's just doing Screen Rot.
Yeah.
Right. And like, by the way, he wasn't the only one. Like we've been on Jackmate's show, and he basically said that he did kind of this.
We are, as much as I like to say we are not the first people who have ever had a laugh at the internet.
No. Yeah. But like, the content that really blows, like he's done a World Cup song. I mean, it's just a fucking daft music video, whatever, where he does blackface. Like, it's
We've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there. The one that always gets me, and I think he did do this, is the kind of streaming yourself playing video games. That's the one where I'm like, what the fuck? And I know that that's a thing that kids love nowadays. And I'm always like, God, if my kids ever do that, that's gonna just fuck my head. 'Cause it's like, why would you not just play the video game yourself? And I was always like, I've always thought to myself, I'm like, that is a real sign that that generation are fucked.
Cooked.
Yeah. But then I was home weekend just gone to see my parents. And I can't remember what they were talking about. They were like, oh, we saw that. And I was like, oh, did you see it on telly? They were like, well, we saw it on Gogglebox. And you realise Gogglebox is just the same thing, but for over 65.
Yeah.
You know, we live in this fucking mad world where rather than playing a video game themselves, kids are watching other kids play video games. Rather than my parents watching TV themselves, my pensioner parents are watching other pensioners watch TV.
Yeah.
My missus, who's a midwife but is on maternity leave at the moment, she genuinely watches videos on Instagram of other midwives reacting to videos of babies being born.
Oh my God.
And then once a month, I watch some bloke come around and fuck my missus for me. So
we're all living altruistic. We're all living vicariously through
I
other
watch
people.
Pascal do it because he gets her to bite the pillow harder than I can. And so
Fuck me. That's crazy, man. That's a crazy thing to say.
But isn't that mad? Isn't that mad that as a species that's where we are?
And I suppose it's a reminder for all of us to look when we look at other generations, older or younger, and say, "Oh, that's fucked," or like we're all the same.
All
we
of us
all
are
have the
guilty
same
of it.
impulses.
Yeah, man.
We're saying watching clips. People are watching us watch clips on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, screenwriting is cuckold doom scrolling.
Yeah.
In the same way that kids are doing cuckold video gaming, my parents are doing cuckold TV watching. Screenrot is cuckold doom scrolling.
Yeah, and I pay for another autistic guy to come around and put stickers in my Panini book. I watch him finish the Ecuador team for me. No, this is it. Like, and I suppose that you see that across the generations of YouTube as well. Like, the impulse is the same if the way that the content is dressed up is different. Right?
Yeah.
But I suppose where Joe Weller like took an inflection point or things changed was he kind of randomly had a boxing match with his mate Theo. They filmed it. It was at a local gym. It was like a warehouse.
Right.
And off the back of that, KSI, who was probably the biggest YouTuber in the country then, still is now, kind of challenged him to a boxing match. And before you know it, it all caught fire. It generated heat, as they would say on WWE wrestling.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they've sold out the Copper Box Arena and they're doing it as like a real thing.
And it's the beginning of Misfits.
And it's the beginning of Misfits. It's the beginning of Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. It's the beginning of selling out the fucking Dallas Stadium, 90,000 people live on Netflix. Like, it all traces back to Joe Weller. And this is where I start to get slightly sad, I suppose. Not sad, but like, with that kind of juvenile, I'm pretending to be Ronaldo, I'm blacking up or whatever. It's a young guy trying to do creative stuff or trying to.
We're framing that as the good times. We're framing blacking up as Balotelli as a young guy being creative. Yeah. Just to be clear, that's when we're like, cool. We're marvelling at the creativity of young Joe when he was blacked up as Balotelli.
No, I'm just like,
and then it went wrong. That's literally the sentence you're going to do. It's like, when he was blacking up as Balotelli, cool. And then...
All right, look, I'm not in favour of blacking up. Okay? Let me be clear about that. Unless it's me as Barack Obama in my first year. It wasn't me.
Right.
But at least that part there is... Blacking up is bad. He should not have done that.
Daft sketches, daft videos.
Daft sketches, daft videos. Then it became this thing. And it is as YouTube is reaching this, like, not this niche concern anymore of lads that have bought cameras and know how to work iMovie. It's becoming this actually massive commercial thing. And so they start doing... they start aping the kind of the tropes of a boxing match. So this is the press conference before their first boxing match, which KSI went on to win.
The last round for you, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Oh,
Do your thing.
Oh,
Do your thing.
Mr. Legitimate. Mr. Legitimate.
Honestly, mate.
Popeye,
Look,
bro.
at the end of the
Popeye.
day,
Square-headed prick.
Square-headed.
Square-headed.
Very interesting.
Dense.
Oh my God. I'll say that. Anything
You're
else? Anything
unstable.
else?
You're unstable.
Unstable. All right.
Unstable, bro.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Oh, do you need drugs?
Drugs?
Do you need drugs to
No.
stay sane, bro?
What, antidepressants?
Yeah.
What, you taking a piss out of depression?
I'm not taking the piss.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing.
I'm not taking the piss.
Are you taking a piss out?
Piss.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Are you getting
How
the bread?
dare you, bro?
What you want to do then?
How dare
What
you
wanna
take the
do,
piss
bro?
out of mental
What you wanna
health,
do?
bro?
I ain't taking the piss,
Like, what
bro.
do you think you're doing?
I ain't doing
Have some
anything,
class about you,
Have
mate.
some class, mate. Says the man who pushed me, huh?
Now, this is...
How dare you take the piss out of mental health, bruv? Might be the slogan for our generation.
Yeah.
That might be. How old are you? Oh, I'm the how dare you take the piss out of mental health, bruv generation.
Yeah. I'm a boomer. I'm a how dare you take the piss out of mental health.
Yeah.
And it's like, he had documented struggles with his mental health at this point. He was taking antidepressants. This is a pretty bleak kind of spectacle of KSI kind of doing that. Or
Well,
whatever. It's probably all agreed beforehand. Whatever.
Well, I think they're mates,
Right.
They're mates. They're doing this for show. And they, the thing is, all of this is put monkeys in a room in front of a typewriter. What are they going to come up with? Sometimes they'll black up as Balotelli. Sometimes they'll have a boxing match with their mate. None of it's ever been done before.
Yeah.
It's all for the first time. They don't know what trash talk is.
No.
Right.
But they know they need to do some trash talk.
Right. But by the way, when boxers do trash talk, it's kind of this.
Yes.
It's kind of for pantomime, for theatre.
Right.
But boxers are actually nasty cunts who've grown up punching people in the face and being punched in the face themselves. So, Derek Warchazora will just throw a table at someone.
Right.
We all remember the famous one between him and Dillian White where he was like, those laxative pills that, when they go through you, they make you shit. I'm going to go through this man. And Dillian White's like, it's a bit of a weird analogy. It's like they don't know what they're doing either.
Yeah,
But because they're actually like thugs, they're hard guys.
They can back it up a bit.
It's like, could you guys just be aggressive to each other for a minute so we can sell the fight? Yeah, we know
I think
how
we
to
can
do
manage that.
Whereas these guys, these are private school boys.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
This is the thing that people don't talk about much with the sort of YouTube thing. It's all private school boys.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Weller is, but yeah, I think
He
KSI
fucking sounds like one.
Right.
If not, he's from a pretty privileged background.
He's doing them, yeah.
None of these are like scrappy kids who've come up the hard way.
Yeah.
These are all private school kids. So when they start, and it means, by the way, that when they're doing their National Youth Theatre shit, they're pretty good at it.
Yes.
They've had a good drama teacher who it's the reason they can do that stupid shit quite well.
Yeah, they're doing vocal warm-ups.
They can dance. Do you know what I mean? They all of them played hook in quite a good fucking school play at some point.
Right.
But when again the typewriter has just landed upon today we are
Fight.
doing boxing. They struggle.
Yes.
And so you can actually see the moment there where KSI doesn't know what to fucking say to him. He's never done this in his
No.
life. KSI is going, fuck, say he's got a square head. Yeah? Oh, it hasn't really landed.
You look like
What else?
Popeye.
Yeah, you look like Popeye.
He
I thought-
really goes from 0 to 100 because one minute he's like, you look like Popeye, and he's like, oh yeah, and he's like, you're depressed and you take antidepressants, you're fucked. It's like if you're fight with your missus and you kind of get a bit annoyed and you say something that's a little bit cruel, and then you say something and you're like, oh, that was too much.
No, I know, but it's also like watching children. My daughter's like 5, right? And sometimes her and her little pals down the playground will have arguments with each other, and it'll quickly go from like, I don't like you, yeah, well, I don't like you, yeah, well, your ponytail looks stupid, and then one of them go, you're fat, and then they just cry, and it's like, whoa.
Your mum and dad don't live together anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Your dad's still running around London because he's Kenyan. Whoa!
My dad fucked up your fat old dad at the sports day race.
The reason you can afford property is because your dad's 53 and you might be able to enjoy a garden right now, but your dad's going to be dead by the time you're 30, whereas my dad will still be alive even though we won't have much money. Okay! And it is kind of... It's kind of that thing of like, like with Attenborough. Attenborough can watch, I don't know, a hyena tear a fucking tear a wildebeest apart, and it's like, just let nature take its course, don't step in. Like watching two, like KSI is privately educated, fuck knows where Weller comes from, but watching two privileged kids like try and do trash talk.
Yes.
You're kind of like, let nature take its course.
Right.
He'll call him Popeye, whatever. He will have said something about KSI having a big head or whatever. But when he suddenly just goes, you have to take pills to not kill yourself, it's like, whoa!
Easy, brother.
You can see the only person in that interaction, True Geordie, is stood behind him. You can see his eyes kind of go like, oh shit.
Yeah. Fucking hell, man. That wasn't in the script, lad. Meant to just call him Popeye, man. No.
And so he's yeah.
But it's like, I think that this is the beginning for me, not that tech platforms were perfect before this, but like, this is the beginning. This was kind of 2015, 16. We're probably a couple of years away from the infinite scroll era. We're probably a couple of years away from like properly like live streaming or stories on Snapchat and all of that stuff. But this is when it starts, like the platforms have found, as we often talk about, they want to see fucking, fighting, or feeding. And so they have to do fighting. Silly sketches aren't going to cut it anymore.
No
You've
way.
got to call your best friend a depressive and say you hope he kills himself.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do in order to make money in this thing. And like, this is the moment where it goes stratospheric and they become like Britain's Got Talent people. They fucking, the sidemen own restaurants for some reason and drinks brands and all sorts, right? And like the thing about Weller is he was the originator of that moment and of that movement. But like we kind of alluded to at the start, he's not really, it's kind of not really gone anywhere. Like,
but I think it's because A, he's a twink.
Yes.
And B, I honestly, having watched bits of him, I think it's because he's a nice guy.
I agree with that.
I think it's because he's just like a polite, nice guy who's quite good looking and should have been the harmonising twink in a boy band.
Yeah.
But where the world has kind
He's
of
not
gone,
a dead-eyed psychopath like KSI.
Exactly. The world has gone the other way. You either have to be hench, racist, sexist, or really good at cryptocurrency.
yeah.
And you know, ideally two of those things. He's none of them.
Yeah.
And so the world has kind of gone, well, I guess we'll see you when we come back to woke then, will we?
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple
I guess
of years.
we'll just leave you here while we do this.
That's right.
We're going to go and fight and spit on each other and try and stop the boats and sell some cryptocurrency over here for a while. If you're still doing nice guy twink stuff, maybe we'll see you in 10 years. I don't know. Maybe when Trump's out of office, we might come back to you.
Oh, we're going to have a load of nice guy twink stuff content to catch up
so
on.
are you going to be earnest about your mental health and say it's okay not to be okay? Yeah, we sort of did that in
we're a bit bored of that.
Bored of that now. There are now these quite toxic podcasts like Screen Rot.
Yeah, we like to wipe our cum on dogs now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you do that?
Yeah. Oh, right, you can't.
You can't do that. Okay.
If you want to stay there for a minute, then we're going to go wank on the dogs over
You don't have
here.
to shut the YouTube channel down.
No.
Keep it going.
Keep rolling if you want. I don't suppose there's any chance you could piss on Bonnie Blue's bum?
Oh, you won't?
No,
okay.
no,
That's not really your thing. Okay. Would you go to a town centre in Northampton and say that you think that white people are better than black people? Okay, you're not going to do that. Yeah, okay. I don't really have a use for you then.
Could we get you into a villa with HS Tiki Toki in Spain and sort of like say it's okay to force women to do things? No.
Okay.
Don't know what Louis Theroux's going to ask you about. Really.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Well, Joe Weller has had this, and we'll kind of we won't look at this content so much, but we'll go to the God bit in a minute and try and finish on that. But like, he's had this kind of, because he was doing YouTube when he should have been like doing gap years and stuff like everyone else was doing. He's kind of done his gap year like recently. A lot of his content recently is like, I did ayahuasca in Brazil or whatever, and like I went traveling around Africa, and it's all just quite like earnest, like quite warm-hearted
He's
stuff.
a nice guy.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy just having a nice time. Yeah.
And I think throughout that, there's been a bit of, because he doesn't have that dead-eyed sense of purpose that KSI does of like, I want to be a billionaire, or it's important that I continue to do this thing, and he's much more normal. I think he doesn't really know what his purpose is, and I think that has caused some kind of vulnerability around his mental health again.
Well, maybe. So is he being vulnerable about it? Is he having a breakdown? Basically?
Well, a continued part of this before he's gone to turn to God recently has been like, I've been struggling with stuff. I'm not making content as regularly. It's up and down. I don't really know what my purpose is. I want to go traveling. I want to get to know stuff, blah, blah, that kind of thing. That element of vulnerability has always been there. That sense of like, I'm not really sure what I should be doing, I think from what I researched has always been there. Yeah, for sure.
But like, he might just be doing fine.
This is it. I think he is, like, in terms of his career, like, relative to any YouTubers.
Do you think there might be a level of the reason he's like, I don't know if I've got a purpose or not? It's because he's slightly out of the limelight where the others are in it.
Yeah.
Largely for more toxic stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's like that again. I mean, not to like frame again the time when he was blacking up as like, well done, Joe, but like he started making silly videos. There's no space for silly videos. There's no country for silly videos.
Yeah.
And like that probably is quite hard. Like,
do you know the other thing as well? This is I've had this conversation a few times of like, because what sometimes happens with I guess sort of like sketchy people or influencers. I mean, for example, we did the Rufus Rice podcast a few weeks ago. I think it's come out.
Yeah.
He's like a TikTok guy, right? Who and loads of them are doing this, but I just use Rufus as an example. He now it's like, right, how do you monetize that? He's on tour.
He's on a live show, yeah.
He's doing live show. He's doing stand up, basically.
Right.
And I've noticed a lot in terms of like in sort of comedian circles, there's a lot of like snobbishness towards like online content people.
They've skipped the queue. They've not done the hard yards.
The queue,
blah, blah, blah,
fuck those guys. They're taking our gigs. They're taking our jobs. Deport them. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing of like. But what I think is quite interesting when you think about Joe Weller and the way you described it there of like there's no space for silly videos. We, as stand-ups, we often don't think of the opposite. That I suspect the kind of short-form content creators who are doing silly videos probably look at, like, less so us, but comedians.
Yeah, go, what the fuck are they doing?
They've all got cameras.
Yeah.
They're all doing sketches.
Yeah.
And if you're him,
Yes.
you're now competing with actual comedians.
That's true. That's true.
That's probably what's taken up a lot
Yeah.
of the space. I mean, like, this poor cunt is up against the squid vids.
Yeah. You don't want to be
And
tangling with the squid
like,
vids.
Liam's really funny.
They're really
Do
funny.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like if you're like, oh no, well I'm a bit sillier than that. I go a bit, whoa, I do costumes. It's like, okay, good luck taking on Sam Campbell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's like, I'm sorry,
at the point, yeah.
it's open season. If you want to come to our theatres and our comedy clubs and try and tour in them,
We'll
fine.
fucking set the squid
But
vids
we
on
are
you.
sending Sam Campbell after you in your silly little videos,
Yeah.
and you won't win. You will not win.
fight Joe Weller.
I do think that's a bit
Yeah.
of it. I do think that's a bit of it.
Yeah, I think that's true. At that point where he was making those videos, those silly videos, short form and long form on YouTube, I was probably sat there earnestly writing like my first stand-up or like my first bits of stand-up going, I'll never do that. I'll
Yeah.
never need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to go to the invisible dot and I'll just do a show there.
Yeah.
And then people will come and watch me. And like, so
But in exactly the same way, all the content guys would have seen you performing in front of 30 people and gone, I'd never do that.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and now all of us are just like, how do you do that?
please let me do something.
Please, can I do something?
Me and the squid vids are coming to kill you.
That's a really good Sam Campbell.
It's quite good, isn't it?
Should we see what he's up to now? We need,
So
we need
all
to
of this
finish
has
off.
all of this has come to, like, again, he's been relatively quiet on socials and he's been relatively quiet on YouTube with these kind of travel log videos, still get big numbers, still get big views, but he's kind of been out of the limelight, but with these allusions to kind of difficulties in his mental health. And then recently he posted this video.
Whatever it is that you're battling, absolutely there is a way out, and it is found in turning to Jesus Christ. And if you don't know how to pray, if you don't know where to start, just start by asking him to reveal himself to you. Please do.
Oh man, this is hard to watch.
It's very hard to watch, actually, yeah.
Just ask him to reveal himself to you. And come. Come home. Just come home.
Oh my god.
Turn away. Turn away from the enemy. Turn away from all the things that you know don't really serve you. And come home.
Now,
Is it another minute of that?
yeah, I mean, he's clearly happy about this. I mean, it doesn't quite come across there. And it's like, this was posted without much like lead in or anything. So I think that was what also slightly kind of like perturbed people, was like, he hadn't been posting much. Then this comes out, this kind of clip without much context. I think there's a longer thing coming, which again, we don't know when it's going to come out. It'll probably come out the day before this drops. It'll probably, by the way, this happened as well.
Someone's going to accuse me of something.
Yeah, the squid bits are coming to get me. And look, I think my reaction to this was, clearly, this could be a wonderful moment for him. I don't think there's anything wrong per se with religious conversion.
But that's not how people have reacted to this.
I think a lot of people are just like, fuck off, yeah.
Well, not just fuck off. I think a lot of people have gone, oh, you've gone religious, have you? Who did you sexually assault? What have you done?
And
what's going to come out?
Which again, I mean, like, this is the Russell Brand effect, right? We've talked about. I mean, this is like
McGregor.
McGregor, Tommy Robinson. It's
Yeah.
like, it's as a Christian myself, it's like, it's not great, to be honest. It's not like all of these lads using it as like some way
It's
out.
quite funny. I've always, like, you know, Jake is Christian. You go to church sometimes.
Yeah, so I was raised Catholic. All my family are Catholic.
Yeah.
So I went to Catholic school. So I'm like culturally Catholic, and I go to church, and yeah, I'm
Right. So the question with Weller.
This is much more of an evangelical kind of Christian spin, I think, which is nothing wrong with that, but just to distinguish between the two.
I've been to an evangelical wedding, and the less I say, the better. But like, what everyone with Weller, like the Russell Brand thing is, by the way, everybody, I've found the Lord Jesus Christ, and I really do believe that if you want salvation, you have to find the Lord Jesus in your life. Also, there's going to be a documentary about me coming out soon. It is not true. Similarly with McGregor, it's like, I have found Jesus Christ, right, and he's a good
I have
man.
found Jesus Christ in my movement and in the words that he speaks to me.
Yeah, but-
And by the way,
Yeah.
there's a hairdresser that's going to say some really quite horrible things about me in the coming weeks.
And so now everyone's like, right, what's going to come out about Weller?
Yes.
But I was thinking about this, and I was like, when did Jake start going? It's this podcast. You started reputation washing yourself with Christianity you genuinely started going to church when this podcast.
Yeah, I kind of came back to it about that time, I guess. Yeah, there's some episodes of a thing coming out about me in the next couple of weeks. I'll be
He's going to say some quite bad things.
The person I sat next to is talking about coming on dogs. We will be talking about pissing on Bonnie Blue's bump, and I would like to say I found the Lord Jesus Christ.
It's quite funny that there are two kind of religious converts that happen on social media now. There's either I'm coming out as a Christian because I've done something quite bad, or I'm coming out as a Muslim.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Yeah.
And it's a very different. I think it's the Muslim converts. They're either ginger. Or they're in jail.
Yes.
They are the only two things that make random Caucasian people just go, I'm Muslim now, by the way.
Yeah.
They're either in
Ginger.
jail or ginger.
And that's what I'd like to say. Salam alaikum, brothers.
But I guess it's like, I think the
There
curious
might
thing-
not be anything.
Exactly.
He might have just found God, and regardless of whether you're an atheist or not, or whether you think about the Christian religion or not, that might well just be a positive experience in his life. It can be a very positive experience in people's lives. So, I don't want to have a go at him full. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. If someone was like, I'm going to convert to Sikhism, I wouldn't take the piss out of him.
It's a funny time to do it after what happened to Henry Novak, but whatever. You like daggers, do you? Okay, right. Bit of a mad time to go Sikh.
With that flag behind us, we can't be
Bit of a mad time to go Sikh. If you did it 20 years ago when they were all sat behind Alex Ferguson, I kind of get it, right? You just want a ticket to Old Trafford. Now, fucking hell. What a great time to go Sikh.
You get tickets to go and watch United just by being Sikh.
But mate, look, if any of the Sikhs were sick, they need a new one, right? I could go in there with a turban on, why not?
You need the
I
full,
can't grow a beard, that's why we're not.
You need the full, yeah. You can't. No Sikh twinks, I suppose. But what I find difficult about watching this is that there does seem to be an element of this life that he's chosen or this career has caused him pain. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the pain would be worse if he was just a fucking worked in a bank or was worked in Tesco's or whatever. But there seems to be something about the meaninglessness of the YouTube environment and of content that has made him search for these big answers to these questions.
It's not the Mandela effect where the world has gone politically one way and sort of left you.
No, I think what is that? Mandela?
I don't know.
I can't remember whatever that thing is. Yeah,
I think it's basically that. I think YouTube went nasty.
Yeah,
online streamers went nasty.
He wasn't
and left
that,
this
yeah.
guy behind. And no country for old men. No internet for gay twinks. There's no internet space for harmonising twinks. We've left them behind. You have to shave your head, man. You have to start doing crypto. You have to start promoting OnlyFans girls. If you're just going to be a polite twink boy, you better find God because fucking the internet ain't saving you.
What do you want to do? Do you want to be racist to the Jews or do you want to be racist to black people? Call it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I stand to win.
Ironically, if he blacked up now, the fucking streaming numbers would go. Yeah.
Well, that's Joe Weller. We have no reason to doubt that his religious conversion is sincere at this moment in time. So, of course, an hour after we release this, it will emerge that he is a paedophile or something similar. But we hope we've explained old school YouTube to you in some form or another. Come back with old Uncle Jakey, your ginger twink uncle, or your ginger otter uncle, and bigger Uncle Jakey, your full twink uncle, to take you through YouTube history. jakefarrell.substack.com. Jacob's on tour.
Yeah.
Union Chapel, 3rd of December. Can't wait.
Come see us, and we'll see you next week live from the bunker.
Up the Rotters.